Try to take it back and do a do-over, but no, they got the money.
Kelsey and her Twitter machine is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning, you guys. It looks like no one else is awake but us. So we'll tell you that the roads are probably pretty dead as well. Let's give you your first look at traffic this morning. Issues, and then mostly we've had those construction projects wrapped up. It can be a really easy time to have to hit the morning commute. So sort of in that flux in between the weather issues and the construction. Water main break down in downtown Minneapolis reports that there may still be some cones blocking off a section of that area. As of yesterday, we still have the southbound Hennepin Avenue from 1st Street to Washington closed and a block of 2nd Street. At the earliest part of your morning rush around 4:30, we still were blocked off there, hoping to see some of that clear away, so stay tuned. I'll let you know when it does. All right, the time now, 5:39. Let's get to our weather with Keith Marlowe. Yes, at least in this area quite yet, we're going to be dealing with an interesting time in our year, I guess I could say, in the world of transportation. And that's the time in between construction and the snow. It's usually a short period of time, but at this moment, we do have dry, open roadways, very few construction projects. So traffic hasn't been too shabby. Even yesterday, when we finally filled those roadways back up with everyone coming back from vacation, it seemed we fared pretty well, unless you hit one of those areas where we had a crash or some other type of incident. Today, we're starting out well out there, 494 Carver Avenue. This is just south of the Woodbury area, looking good. The crosstown at 28th Avenue, this is more on the east side, still have a nice traffic flow, plenty of room to move around. Highway 10 on the north side of town, eastbound traffic especially building at this hour, but we're not seeing any major slowdowns. Lim Park area, some good news. You'll be able to find some pretty cheap gas prices, relatively speaking. The national average stays $3.26, which makes that Twin Cities average look pretty good at $2.91. And as I mentioned, the Holiday in Brooklyn Park right now reporting the cheapest gas in the Twin Cities at just $2.77. Guys, always nice to see those gas prices on the decline.
Nice to see them below $3. That's fantastic.
Love it.
Coming up.
Love you at home. It's Tuesday. We're starting out our Tuesday morning commute looking pretty good. Our road surfaces looking a little wet, and that tends to mean obviously either there's a little moisture out there, and at this early hour when it's still fairly chilly out there, there's always the risk for some refreeze, but we've stayed pretty mild the last couple of days, enough to hope we'll just be seeing the wet factor, not necessarily the slick factor. Here up at the 494 junction up in Maple Grove, traffic flow continuing to look good. Now yesterday, I should say, we did see a few spin out crashes indicating we did have some slippery conditions, especially on those shoulders. So just something to keep in mind. No reason to get frightened of your drive. This is sort of a nice, unusual period in January driving. We're in between. We're mostly done with construction, and we haven't quite hit all the snowy weather, at least this week. So we're dealing with some pretty good traffic. Here's a look at 35W at Highway 13. This is on the south side of town. So as you're traveling northbound, you do see that traffic building. That interstate starting to fill up, but we still have plenty of room to move. Same goes here at 394. This is at the France Avenue junction. This eastbound traffic probably heading toward downtown Minneapolis. We're looking at good conditions across southbound Hennepin Avenue open for this morning's rush hour, so that could happen, and that would make things a little bit easier to travel through in that area, but still expect some extra congestion. Also, a block of 2nd Street still closed off. North side of town, take a look. Levels building on Highway 10, 169, 94, but even 694 still looking pretty good from Fridley. Over here, traveling eastbound past 35 East. South side of town, just starting to see those levels building. At the airport, flights taking off without a hitch as far as I can tell. No destination-specific delays or cancellations to tell you about. If you travel via bike, yes, many people are still riding their bikes out there. I've seen it, even in the snow. A reminder, if you use the Greenway, there's a detour starting basically Monday through January 11th. It's marked. You'll basically be using 28th Street or in Hiawatha. Just follows detour signs. They're pretty well marked. But a lot of people, guys, braving the weather this time of year, and it's not quite so hard with mild temperatures to ride your bike, but many people do it even in the cold.
They do. They're gamers, that's for sure.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Fox 5 Morning News on this Tuesday, January 8th. We're chugging right along into 2013 and getting a nice break, at least as far as the world of traffic goes. We aren't seeing this snowy weather at this early hour, and we're sort of wrapping up, or have mostly wrapped up, construction season. So this isn't really the worst time of year, after all, to be traveling about. Right now, we do have some moisture on our roadways, and at this early hour, when it's still pretty chilly out there, there is the risk for refreeze. Although it was mild enough yesterday, I think those road surfaces are hopefully warm enough that they'll just keep the moisture wet versus freezing over. Here's a look at 694. If you're traveling through Vadnais Heights, you may come across some of this traffic, and it looks pretty decent. I think it's doable, 55 miles per hour or better up in the Northeast Metro. Here's a look at the crosstown. This is just east of that junction of 494. So if you're traveling from Eden Prairie, maybe maybe over in the Minnetonka area, you're dealing with not much at all. That's the good news. Usually less is more when it comes to traffic. And 94 at McKnight Road as you're traveling westbound from Maplewood into St. Paul. You have plenty of company, but so far southbound traffic building from Blaine down into New Brighton. No surprise there. And a reminder, some construction in St. Paul, 5th Street from Wakota Street to Broadway Street. Finally getting an update on that. Lane restrictions expected until January 22nd, so that will be wrapping up. And over Minneapolis, we're still dealing with that water main break in Hennepin Avenue and 2nd Street. A couple lanes blocked off, including southbound Hennepin. Minneapolis hoping to get at least one lane open today, so at least maybe the congestion you've been seeing over the last few days will at least improve this morning. The time now is 6:26, crash-free, and I hope we stay that way. We maybe will. Kind of a rare time period, guys. We always joke in Minnesota we have 2 seasons, construction and winter, and right now, so I'm calling it spring break, just taking a little break from it all.
All right, thanks, Kelsey.
It ended up on the interstate, and a lot of different vehicles had a run-in with it. No, not to stop and take a snooze as they were bored in traffic, but basically running over it over and over again. So there was little bits of cotton and fluff going around. Anyway, a few emergency people have responded to it, have cleared it away, so we've missed all the action. But the good news is that means traffic has not had to slow too much. It was 35E northbound at Diffley Road, so we are seeing traffic flow already improving, which, even though it would have been entertaining to see, is actually very good news. Here's a look at 36 up in Roseville. Westbound traffic is slow going here, always usually heavy, starting as far east as 35E and continuing at speeds of about 30 miles per hour over to 35W. We were hoping for better things for those of you who travel 494 eastbound in the Southwest Metro. Unfortunately, once again, a crash in this area has really gotten things backed up. Yesterday, we actually had 2 different incidents right around the area of West Bush Lake Road and 169. Today, one here at West Bush Lake Road. There's plenty of crews on the scene, a lot of flashing lights, and that means a lot of brake light action. So expect to slow as you pass by here. This is a fresh crash, so the backups are limited right now. But as we saw yesterday, eventually it even affected traffic traveling eastbound on Highway 212. Northbound, moving up toward the downtown St. Paul area at about 20 miles per hour. Some good news if you travel through Duluth. Finally, St. Paul Buzz tweeting that a washed out bridge is rebuilt in northeastern Minnesota. So basically traffic moving again on Jean Duluth Road. And this is more than 6 months after last June's floods in northeastern Minnesota. So guys, you remember all that flooding up in Duluth? Finally getting some of those major roads and bridges now too repaired and ready to go.
It's been a long haul. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Fox Eye Morning News on this Tuesday, January 8th. I'm Kelsey Soby, and unfortunately, it's another day of traffic trouble for you on 494. If you're traveling eastbound near West Bush Lake Road, you're going to find yourself in a big traffic jam surrounding a crash that happened about 20 minutes ago. Unfortunately, it sounds like one of the people involved in the crash was ejected from the car, so we are probably presuming there are some injuries. That's why we have so many crews on scene responding to that, and that often means it takes a little bit longer to get situations like this cleared away. So the traffic backed up. We are even seeing some effects over on Highway 212. Here's a look a little west of where the crash is at Flying Cloud Drive. So if you're merging on from 212, if you're traveling 494, it's going to be a long haul for you for now, so be sure to allow for a few extra minutes on your morning drive. We also had a situation 35E southbound at Highway 36. It looks like perhaps that incident has now cleared away, although we do have southbound 35E traffic backed up to Little Canada at this time, and being that continuing to build as a result of that crash. Yesterday we had a couple crashes right in the same area, one at West Bush Lake Road and one on 169, so it's going to feel a lot like it did on your Monday morning commute 212, seeing some heavy traffic through the Eden Prairie area. There's a look at 35W northbound, crash free at this hour, but still some heavy traffic from Highway 13 up to 494. North side of town, 494 southbound, speeds of about 25-30 miles per hour between Maple Grove down through the Plymouth area. Also heavy traffic Highway 10 through Coon Rapids. 35W, some heavy traffic not just in the usual area down in Mounds View down to New Brighton, but also up in the Lino Lakes area. The east side of town looking pretty good from Woodbury into St. Paul, but that path westbound St. Paul into downtown Minneapolis, we are finally seeing that a lot of people have made it to the downtown areas. Coming up, I'm going to tell you where you can find the cheapest gas prices around town. You may be surprised just how low those prices have...
We know it's been kind of so-so, Kelsey.
Right. Hey, you guys. Well, it's a sort of rare break in the world of traffic where we're not really in the traditional construction season, but we don't have the snowy weather to contend with. So overall, you may find that for no real particular reason, you have pretty decent driving conditions, easygoing traffic in the area you're traveling through today. That's the good news first. The bad news is we do have an incident out there that's causing some big delays. Those of you traveling 494 eastbound in the Southwest Metro, it's day 2 of backups for you. Another crash around the same area causing backups here. We see it 494 at Flying Cloud Drive, actually not too far from our station here in Eden Prairie. Eastbounders very slow going due to a crash that happened at West Bush Lake Road, and the report is that one of the passengers or driver was ejected from the vehicle. So we have had medical teams on the scene as well, trying to help clear this away and take care of those who were involved. So again, allow yourself some extra time, or maybe use a detour, and expect, of course, too, that others may have the same idea. So areas like the Crosstown East, with that crash I showed you here, 494 at West Bush Lake Road, the Crosstown lit up as well from that junction of 494 over to 100, indicating speeds of about 15 to 20 miles per hour at best. 35W northbound, no crashes there, but still plenty of heavy traffic. Same goes for 169, where we see northbound traffic slowing, starting even farther south than Highway 101. Here's a look at your north side, where we are seeing some pretty typical traffic patterns. The red and orange, of course, indicating where we have the slowest moving vehicles due to that crowding. Of course, at 7:39, it's not surprising that we would have some backups at this hour. But again, I mentioned without the snowy weather, we're doing all right. Keep in mind, in the downtown Minneapolis area, we're still working on taking care of that water main break, which has been fixed. That's at Hennepin Avenue and 2nd Street. But as a result, we do still have some closures. We're hearing from the city of Minneapolis that there are still closures on Hennepin Avenue and 2nd Street. Although we are hoping that sometime during this morning's rush hour, we will get at least one lane of southbound Hennepin Avenue open once again. So we might see some improvements today over yesterday, but still not completely open. It is 7:39, as I said, and that means it's time to talk full, because down below, something that's not looking too good. The traffic here on the Crosstown at 169 expected to get even worse, and I'll get to that in just a second. First, a look at a few other spots around town. 35E northbound still working on a crash that happened here, and oh, look, we're watching live as it all pulls away. That's good news, because it looks like 35E southbound got slowed down as it passed by, probably a little distracted by the flashing lights. Looking over to Cedar Avenue, a fresh crash in the northbound side, slowing traffic here at Highway 13. And then there's another crash out there. This one's the dude who tweeted that she got stuck in it. And it's not just affecting 494, as I mentioned, it's also backing things up on Highway 212, 169 northbound. The flow here is getting a little jammed up as drivers try to progress northbound and then run into that traffic jam right around here, because West Bush Lake Road is just east of that junction of 169. Let me get out of your way so you can see the rest of the area down on the south side. Cedar Avenue again backed up due to that crash. Highway 13. Northbound side, we have a stalled vehicle, 694 westbound at 35W, so you can expect you may find it a little more congested in that area than you're used to seeing. 35E southbound and 36 westbound, heavy traffic spots, and not that out of the ordinary, I suppose, although 35E I showed you in that first jam cam, maybe a little extra backed up due to that crash we saw on the northbound side. But I'm not always full of just bad news. In fact, gas prices still on the decline after AAA tweeted the daily average price of gas over the weekend dropped below the year-ago average for the first time since August. So really, some nice low gas prices we haven't seen in a while. The cheapest I found in the Twin Cities would be up in Brooklyn Park at the Holiday Station, coming in at $2.77. Nice to be under $3, isn't it? The time now is 7:56.
That I like that. That sounds good. It takes the legwork out of it for you as a shopper. We've got some accidents to talk about this morning.
Right, a few different ones. It's too bad, because I was kind of calling today sort of our spring break
we had a
traffic.
pass.
Yeah, we're over the traditional construction season. We don't have the snow to deal with, so easy driving for most people before eastbound here, but now backing up onto 494, more on the north side of 212. 212 itself, eastbound traffic backed up into the Chanhassen area, even 169 feeling the effects. And now this crash, I've been telling you about it most of the morning since it's happened, that is. And it seems like a lot of you have maybe chosen the Crosstown as an alternate route, which is a good idea. However, now we're seeing some added congestion there as well. So just know the Crosstown and 494 both a little slower than you're used to seeing. I'll have more traffic coming up for you in about 15 minutes, but right now the time is 8. Rise out there indicating the warm that is to come today. Unfortunately, down below we have some slow-moving traffic, not necessarily because 494 South has been that slow today from Maple Grove down into Plymouth, progressing on south toward Eden Prairie, but we had a crash 494 eastbound moving into that Bloomington corridor at West Bush Lake Road. Unfortunately, it involved some injuries. The report was that one of the drivers or passengers was ejected from the vehicle, so that took some time to clean up. It has been cleared away now, but the effects we are feeling in several different areas, including here, 494 on the west side. I'll show you that on our map in a second, and the other places where we're feeling the effects as well. Getting busy down in the downtown area, 94 at 7th Street, seeing people heading southbound trying to make their exit. Here is starting to ease up a little bit. I showed you that first jam cam right up around this area, so that eastbound traffic slowing the entire stretch to right where that crash happened. That's been cleared away, but 169 northbound traffic flow and Highway 212 traffic flow, even the crosstown traffic flow, all a little bit slower than usual because of that one crash. North side of town, we had a stalled vehicle 694 westbound just before 35W. That contributed to some backups westbound 694. Still slow going at this hour, especially closer to 35E, but that is starting to ease up as well. In the downtown Minneapolis area, cleanup continues on that water main break, mostly all repaired and ready to go, but at Hennepin Avenue and 2nd Street, still some closures in place. City of Minneapolis reporting that southbound Hennepin Avenue from 1st Street to Washington still closed, along with a block of 2nd Street, but hoping to get at least one lane of that traffic open today to help things along. If you ride your bike, some traffic news for you as well. A detour January 7th through the 11th for the Greenway. So just follow the detours that will take you on 28th Street instead of your normal path. So traffic news for all. Alex?
If you're still riding your bike, you are considered rugged.
Ah, yes. Well, not maybe in this weather.
Yeah, well, okay.